Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast. Today is Tuesday, June 5th, 2018. Today I'm going to recap last night's game for the Stanley Cup Final between the Capitals and the Golden Knights from D.C. Go over the first two rounds of the MLB draft, go over all the baseball action, and go over the Women's Softball World Series Game 1 and look ahead and pick tonight's Game 2. All right, here we go. The Capitals defeated the Golden Knights 6-2 to take a 3-1 series lead in the Stanley Cup Final. This was just a rout, although Vegas made it somewhat interesting in the third period. TJ Oshie's 8th of the playoffs on the power play. This guy is Evgeny Kuznetsov and Nicholas Backstrom, 1-0 Caps. Tom Wilson's 5th of the playoffs, assisted by Evgeny Kuznetsov, 2-0 Caps. Devontae Smith-Pelly, 6th of the playoffs, assisted by Matt Niskanen and Alex Ovechkin, 3-0 Caps. Second period, John Carlson's 5th of the playoffs on the power play, assisted by Evgeny Kuznetsov and TJ Oshie, 4-0 Caps. Third period, James Neal, 6th of the playoffs, assisted by Erik Haula and Colin Miller, makes it a 4-1 game. Riley Smith's 4th of the playoffs, assisted by Jonathan Marchessault and Lucas Sabisa, makes it a 4-2 game. Matt Kempany's 2nd of the playoffs, assisted by Nicholas Backstrom and TJ Oshie, 5-2 Caps. Brett Connolly, 6th of the playoffs, assisted by Nicholas Backstrom and Evgeny Kuznetsov on the power play. 6-2 Capitals was your final. Braden Holtby was really good in this game. 28 saves on 30 shots. Marc-Andre Fleury had his worst game of the playoffs, 17 saves on 23 shots. If I had to rank the favorites for the Conn Smythe Trophy right now, 1 is Evgeny Kuznetsov, 2 Braden Holtby, 3 Alex Ovechkin. And I think Marc-Andre Fleury was the favorite for that heading into the final, but 2 subpar games in this series I think has cost him the award, unless if the Golden Knights find a way to rally back from the series. Then you can argue Fleury, but right now Kuznetsov in my mind is the favorite. All right, Major League Baseball, I'm going to go over the scores from yesterday and look ahead to tonight's games, and then I'll go over the draft. Only 5 games yesterday, including a doubleheader between the Yankees and the Tigers. Game 1 of that doubleheader, the Yankees defeated the Tigers 7-4 as they improved to 38-17. The Tigers dropped to 28-32. Luis Severino with the win, his 9th of the year. He's now 9-1. Drew Verhagen with the loss drops to 0-2. Aroldis Chapman gets his 14th save of the year. Bottom of the first, RBI double, Miguel Cabrera, 1-0 the Tigers. Top of the third, home run, Gleyber Torres ties up at 1 apiece. Top of the fourth, the Yankees scored 6. Home run, Greg Bird, 2-1 Yanks. RBI single, Miguel Andujar, 3-1 Yanks. RBI single, Clint Frazier, 4-1 Yanks. 3-run home run, Austin Romine, 7-1 Yanks. Bottom of the fifth, RBI single, Nicholas Castellanos, makes it a 7-2 game. Bottom of the ninth, the Tigers made it a little bit interesting. RBI double, Nico Goodrum, 7-3 Yanks. RBI double, Jose Iglesias, 7-4 Yanks was your final. They had to get Chapman in there to get the save. Luis Severino, 8 innings, 4 hits, an earned run, no walks, and 10 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 2.2 ERA. Drew Verhagen, 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, leaves the game with an ugly 9.22 ERA. Game 2 of the doubleheader, the Tigers defeat the Yankees 4-2 as they improved to 29-32. The Yankees dropped to 38-13. Mike Fiers with the win, he improves to 5-3. Domingo Germán with the loss drops to 0-4. Shane Green gets his 15th save of the year. Bottom of the second, sacrifice fly, Ronnie Rodriguez, 1-0 Tigers. Top of the third, RBI triple, Brett Gardner ties up at 1 apiece. Bottom of the fourth, RBI double, James McCann, 2-1 Tigers. RBI double, Hamir Candelario, which really wasn't a double, 3-1 Tigers. It wasn't really a double because there was a misplay in the outfield. That ball should have been caught, but instead the umpires called it a double instead of an error. Top of the sixth, home run, Giancarlo Stanton made it a 3-2 game. Bottom of the seventh, RBI double, Victor Martinez, 4-2 Tigers was your final. Mike Fiers, 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.33 ERA. Domingo Germán actually pitched pretty okay. 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 5.44 ERA. Storylines about this game: Mike Fiers drilled Giancarlo Stanton in the top of the third to load the bases. Don't forget these two have history because Fiers hit Stanton when Fiers was on the Brewers and Stanton was on the Marlins, and he broke Giancarlo Stanton's face, so there's a little bit of history there. And then the Stanton home run in the top of the 6th inning. Stanton was very fired up, threw a bat flip, and a little bit of revenge there for Stanton. And another thing with this doubleheader, Aaron Judge struck out 8 times. That's a new Major League Baseball record, and that is not good for who I think is the best player on the Yankees. The Giants defeated the Diamondbacks 10-3 as they improved to 30-30. The Diamondbacks dropped to 31-28. Pierce Johnson with the win improves to 3-2. Zach Godley with the loss drops to 5-5. Top of the 4th, 2-run double. Ketel Marte, 2-0 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the 4th, here come the Giants. Home run Andrew McCutchen makes it 2-1. Home run Brandon Crawford tied it up at 2 apiece. 2-run double Alex Hansen, 4-2 Giants. Wild pitch scores in Gorky Fernandez, 5-2 Giants. 2-run double Buster Posey, 7-2 Giants. Bottom of the 5th, home run Pablo Sandoval, 8-2 Giants. Bottom of the 7th, RBI single Pablo Sandoval, 9-2 Giants. Top of the 8th, RBI single Jake Lamb, made it a 9-3 game. Bottom of the 8th, home run Nick Hundley, 10-3 Giants was your final. Derek Collins, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.91 ERA. Zach Godley, 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 5.12 ERA. The Giants are getting Madison Bumgarner back today, so that should be very interesting. Let's see how he pitches. If the Giants stay in contention, and they look really good right now, the better they play, the more I'm going to regret calling a Bumgarner trade. But we still got a little ways to go before the trade deadline, and there could be another injury or somewhere along the way that can change everything. So give the Giants credit. They're playing really well right now, and Bruce Bochy, I think, has done a great job this year. The Angels defeated the Royals 9-6 as they improved to 33-28. The Royals dropped to 21-39. Cam Bedrodson with the win improves to 2-1. Tim Hill, the loss, drops to 1-2. Blaine Parker gets his 4th save of the year. Top of the 1st, RBI single Mike Moustakas, 1-0 KC. Bottom of the 1st, sacrifice fly. And Dalton Simmons ties up at 1 apiece. Top of the 2nd, RBI single Alcides Escobar, 2-1 Royals. RBI single John Jay, 3-1 Royals. Bottom of the 2nd, RBI single Martin Maldonado makes it a 3-2 game. Top of the 5th, 2-run double Jorge Soler, 5-2 Royals. Bottom of the 5th, home run Justin Upton makes it a 5-3 game. Bottom of the 6th, home run Jeffrey Marte makes it a 5-4 game. RBI single Mike Trout ties it up at 5 apiece. RBI single Albert Pujols gives the Angels a 6-5 lead. Top of the 7th, home run Salvador Perez ties it up at 6 apiece. Bottom of the 8th, RBI single Mike Trout, 7-6 Angels. RBI single Justin Upton, 8-6 Angels. RBI single Albert Pujols, 9-6 Angels was your final. Nick Tropiano, 4 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.35 ERA. Danny Duffy, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and no strikeouts, leaves the game with a 5.81 ERA. The Padres defeated the Braves 11-4 as they improved to 28-34. The Braves dropped to 35-25. Clayton Richard with the win improves to 4-6. Julio Teheran with the loss drops to 4-4. Bottom of the 1st, home run Eric Hosmer, 1-0 Padres. Bottom of the 2nd, home run Corey Spagenberg, 2-0 Padres. Top of the 4th, 2-run double Charlie Culberson ties up at 2 apiece. Bottom of the 4th, home run Rafael Lopez, 3-2 Padres. Bottom of the 5th, sacrifice by Freddie Galvis, 4-2 Padres. RBI triple Corey Spagenberg, 5-2 Padres. RBI single Rafael Lopez, 6-2 Padres. RBI double Travis Jankowski, 7-2 Padres. 2-run double Eric Hosmer, 9-2 Padres. RBI double Jose Perella, 10-2 Padres. Top of the 6th, RBI single Andy Enciarte makes it a 10-3 game. Bottom of the 6th, home run Franmil Reyes, 11-3 Padres. Top of the 9th, RBI double Peter Borges, 11-4 Padres was your final. Clayton Richard, 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.67 ERA. Julio Teheran, perhaps his worst start of the year. 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.31 ERA. Today's games. You have game 1 of a doubleheader between the White Sox and the Twins at 4 o'clock. Reynaldo Lopez and Fernando Romero. Rays Nationals, Nathan Eovaldi and Max Scherzer. Dodgers Pirates, Ross Stripling and Joe Musgrove. Yankees, Blue Jays, CC Sabathia and Marcus Estrada. Detroit at Boston, Artie Lewicki and Stephen Wright. Brewers, Indians, Junior Guerrero and Corey Kluber. Rockies, Reds, Kyle Freeland and Anthony DeSclafani. Orioles, Mets, Alex Cobb and Jason Vargas. Oof, get ready for a 14-11 game there. Athletics, Rangers, Sean Manaea and Matt Moore. Phillies, Cubs, from Wrigley Field, Zach Eflin and Kyle Hendricks. Mariners, Astros, James Paxton and Dallas Keuchel. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the White Sox and the Twins. Lucas Giolito and Zach Little. Marlins, Cardinals, 8:15 FS1. Jose Arena and Carlos Martinez. Easy pick there. Take the Cardinals at home. Royals, Angels, Brad Keller and Andrew Heaney. Braves, Padres, Sean Newcomb and Jordan Lyles. Diamondbacks, Giants, Patrick Corbin and Madison Bumgarner. Before I get to the draft, I want to go over the World Series for NCAA women's softball. Florida State defeated Washington 1-0 in Game 1. Game 2 is tonight, 8 o'clock ESPN. I think Washington evens this thing up at 1 apiece tonight. So let's see how I do with that pick. Last but not least, I want to talk about the draft real quick. I'm going to give out grades for some of the picks. We're going to do the first round, a couple compensation rounds, and then go over the second round. Detroit took Casey Mize first. That's an A+. San Fran takes Joey Bart second. That's an A. Philly takes Alec Boehm. They get an A. The White Sox take Nick Madrigal. I'll give them an A-. Cincinnati takes Jonathan India and give them a B+. The Mets take Jared Kelenic and give them a B there. I think there are better options on the board for New York, but they went with the high upside guy. I don't think that's a bad pick necessarily, but I think they could have done better there. San Diego takes Ryan Weathers, the son of David Weathers. I give them a B-. There are other options on the board. Atlanta, number 8, takes Carter Stewart. They get a B+. The most interesting pick of the first round, Kyler Murray going 9th to the Athletics. Murray is projected to be Oklahoma's starting quarterback next year, replacing Baker Mayfield. Interested to see what he does. I bet he plays it out the year going up for the Heisman in football, and then he switches to baseball starting next year. I give Oakland a B- for that selection. He has some upside and did not think he'd be a top 10 pick, but crazy. Pittsburgh at 10 takes Travis Swaggerty. I give them an A-. I thought that was an excellent pick. 11, Baltimore, Grayson Rodriguez. I give them a B. Toronto at 12 takes Jordan Groshans. I think this was a bit of a reach, so I give them a C. 13, Miami takes Connor Scott. That's why it's slotted going to Miami going into the mock draft. I give them a B+. I think Scott's going to be a fine player. 14, Seattle, Logan Gilbert. He gets a B+. 15, Texas, Cole Winn, B+. I think that's a steal. 2 steals coming up. 16, Tampa Bay, Matthew Liberatore, A+. How did Liberatore not go in the top 7? That dumbfounds me. Angels at 17 took Jordan Adams. I give them a B+. The Royals at 18 took Brady Singer, the righty from Florida. They get an A+. That's a huge steal. ESPN's Keith Law thinks that Singer's the most overrated prospect in this draft class, but I disagree with him. 19, St. Louis takes Nolan Gorman. I give them a B. 20, Minnesota takes Trevor Lawrence. I give them a B. Milwaukee at 21 takes Bryce Terang. I give them a B+. Colorado at 22 takes Ryan Rollison from Ole Miss. I give them a B+. The Yankees at 23, Anthony Siegler, the catcher. I give them a B+. Chicago Cubs 24 take Nico Horner. The shortstop, I give them a C-. I think that was a bit of a reach. Arizona with Matt McLean, I thought was a reach as well. At 25, I give them a C-. Boston 26, Tristan Casas, give them an A-. I think that's going to be a steal. 27, Washington, Mason Denneberg. This was probably the most sure thing pick of the first round, and other than Casey Mize and Joey Bart. I give Washington a B+. Houston, 28, takes Seth Beer. I give them a B+. 29, Cleveland, Noah Naylor, B+. That was a rumor destination. Dodgers at 30, JT Ginn. I give them a B. Compensation picks in the first round. 31, Tampa Bay, Shane McClanahan, A-. I think that was a steal. I think Tampa Bay got another steal at 32 with Nick Schnell. I give them a B+ there. Kansas City at 33, I think Jackson Kowar was a steal, B+. Kansas City 34 takes Daniel Lynch from Virginia. I give them a B-. I think the Indians might have gotten a steal at 35 with Ethan Hankins. I give them a B. Compensation round A, 36, Pittsburgh, Gunnar Hoagland. I thought that was a reach. I gave them a C-. 37, Baltimore, Caden Grainer, C+. San Diego Padres at 38, Xavier Edwards. That was a steal. I gave them an A because he was a fast riser heading into the draft last night. 39, Arizona, Jake McCarthy. I give them a B. 40, Kansas City, Chris Bubick, B+. 41, Cleveland, Lenny Torres. I give them a B. That's right around where he should have been picked. 42, Rockies, Grant Levine, B+. I thought that was a solid pick. St. Louis at 43, Griffin Roberts. I think that was a solid pick. I gave them a B. Second round. 44, Tigers, Parker Meadows. I give them a B+. Possible steal, but I like Meadows. He's the younger brother of Pirates rookie Austin Meadows. 45, Giants, Sean Higeli, the pitcher from Kentucky. I give that a B+. That could be a steal. 46, White Sox, Steele Walker. That's a steal, so I give them an A. 47, Cincinnati, Lyon Richardson. I give them a B-. A little bit of a reach there. 48, the Mets, Simeon Wolds Richardson. I give them a D for that one. I thought that was a reach. 49, Atlanta, Grayson Janista. I think he's the sleeper player of this draft. I give the Braves an A. Oakland at 50 takes Jamison Hanna. I give them an A. I thought that was a steal. 51, Pirates, Braxton Ashcraft, C+. 52, Toronto, Griffin Canning, B+. I thought that was a solid pick. 53, Miami, Osiris Johnson. I thought that was a tiny bit of a reach, so I give them a C+. 54, Mariners, Josh Stowers. Give them a C-. I thought that was a reach. 55, Texas, Owen White, B-. I thought that was an okay pick. 56, Tampa Bay, Tyler Frank. I'd give that a C+. I thought that was a reach. 57, the Angels, Jeremiah Jackson. I thought that was a good pick. I give that a B. 58, Kansas City, Jonathan Bowlen. I give that a C. That was a little bit of a reach. The Twins took a reach at 59 with Ryan Jeffers. He didn't even make MLB.com's top 200 list. I give them a D. 60, Milwaukee, Joe Gray. I give them a B. I thought that was an okay pick. The Yankees at 61, Josh Bro, the catcher. I thought it was weird they took catchers in the first two rounds. I'm talking about the Yankees. I give that pick a B-. 62, Chicago Cubs, Brennan Davis. I gave that a C-. I thought that was a reach. 63, Arizona, Alec Thomas. That's an A. I thought that was a steal. 64, the Red Sox, Nick Decker. I give that a B. That was a solid pick. 65, Nationals, Tim Cape. I give that a B. That was a solid pick. 66, Houston, Jason Schroeder. I thought that was a tiny bit of a reach, so I gave it a C. Cleveland at 67. Nick Sandlin, I gave that a C-. I thought that was a reach. I thought the Dodgers took a reach at 68 with Michael Grove. I gave them a D+. Compensation round B. Marlins at 69. Will Banfield, I give them an A. I thought that was a steal. 70, the Athletics, Jeremy Ehrman. That was a steal, so they get an A. 71, Tampa Bay, Tanner Dodson, B-. I thought that was an okay pick. 72, the Reds, Josiah Gray, C+. 73, Milwaukee, Mika Bello, C-. I thought that was a reach. 74, Padres, Grant Little, C-. I thought that was a reach too. Cardinals at 75, Lucan Baker, they get an A. I thought that was a steal. 76, Colorado, Mitchell Kilkenny, B+. I thought that was a good pick. 77, the Cubs, Cole Roederer, that's a D-. That was a reach, and the Cubs took another reach at 78 with Paul Richin, that's also a D+. That's it for today's podcast. I'll be back tomorrow recapping the next couple rounds of the MLB draft and going over which picks were good and which picks weren't so good. I'll be, of course, talking about Game 3 of the NBA Finals, which is tomorrow night, going over all the baseball action. And also on the podcast tomorrow, I'll be doing the 2011 NFL Redraft. I hope you guys have a great day, everybody.